Hey, well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to Atlantis Confirmed. My name is Steve. Let's get started. Got a little something different for you. Came across, but it's nonetheless more proof of Atlantis. Um, on your right, you have our old friend Kadesh, QDS, ancient Semitic goddess adopted by the Egyptians. Right around this time, they also had their Semitic pharaohs. There was a period of actual Semitic rule, which really goes against the idea that the Jewish people were slaves. And on the so-called Narmer palette, we find the High symbol worn as a necklace by his servant, and at the very top of the Narmer palette. So it goes to show the QDS is very important in the Semitic faiths. It's a representative of another tetragrammaton or name of God. Okay, so this is Kadesh in Egypt, late Bronze Age, 1400 BCE. On the other side of the world, not really, about a third of the side of the world. In Scotland, we have, now they say this is Pict work. Picts are descended from the Celts, so I think it's Celtic and an adaptation, or it may not even be an adaptation. It may be actually it goes that far back. You can't really date stone, but I'm going to leave it to the experts on the Pictish work and say, okay, this was descended from the Celtic artwork, and more because the Celtics are associated with the serpent. That was St. Patrick kicking the snakes out of Ireland was him getting rid of the Celtic people, and nothing to do with actual serpents. So, but it's the same people. Notice she's holding a serpent here. The Celts are the cult of Kadesh, the continued. It's all the plasma deity. But look what we have. I mean, do I have to even insult your intelligence? You see the Isis hair, right? Um, I wish I had a better picture of that. Sorry, more high def. But go on. You've all seen the Egyptian hair, right? The Hathor hair and stuff. Here it is. How nobody's ever put this together before, I don't know. It's exactly the same. It's that 60s flip, and here's our lion friend. And you know what I'm coming to understand? There is and because I believe this is zodiacal, or the Mazarath is what they call it. This is what they're standing on it because this is what this is perhaps Leo and and the female plasma deity that was Asherah. Okay, so but I don't think it maybe started off as Leo because in the zodiac you have around the same area is Ketus, Cetus, and I think that's Kadesh. I think it's not Ketus, it's Kadesh. And what you have is Kadesh on top of Kadesh. You have Kadesh, the QDS on top of the QDS, which is and the QDS became, and the Ketis constellation, which is like a sea dragon, became the Leviathan. And that's all the Aleister Crowley stuff and everything like that. It's also the name of the ultimate demon in the Hellraiser movies is Leviathan. And even they call it Leviathan, but they use the Aquila Eagle constellation. Anyway, so it's QDS on top of QDS. And what this also became is because these became pillars or chains, and this became Cassiopeia and the Kraken. And this is also, I believe, Samson. And this was his hair. And when it got broken and became the fish at the top, that's Samson getting his hair cut. And that's when the whole thing fell. I think it's all just like the Maya and the Popol Vuh used the plasma deity event to say all of their myths. It just became something new for a new myth. That's what I think is happening. And I think the plasma deity was Prometheus. It's Lucifer. It's the light bringer. Prometheus is Lucifer, the light bringer, bringing light, bringing fire to man. But this is a truncated version of this. This is 800 years later. And I'm being generous because it could go all the way up to 600 AD. So this could be 1800 years later. So instead of the figure standing on top, we just have a little representation here. And I think this may be the planetary alignment that they're actually showing. And here is the the Hathor hair, and here is the lion underneath. I have now proven this is a clear. Either they saw the same thing in the sky, which is amazing enough discovery that this thing is true and was seen all over the planet, or B, that this is a transfer of information that occurred from Egypt to Scotland, which we also know took place with the Skoda's grave, and the legend of Merit Aten, Akhenaten's daughter, who is said to have fled the massacre from the priests of Amun that killed her father and and Nefertiti, and chased the kids out of because Nefertiti's father betrayed them because he ended up marrying Tut's wife, who was Tut was the son of Akhenaten. It was really twisted, but Akhenaten's daughters fled. One of them was Meritaten, and she became Skoda, which Scotland is named after. Now we have our second piece of we have the grave of Skoda, and we have the matching Scottish Pict or Celtic stonework with the engraving of Kadesh. If this wasn't underneath of it, you could probably say, no, I mean, yeah, it's similar shape, but these are dragons. These aren't. But with the lion shape underneath and the tail and the mane and the lead, this is too much. They've taken the head and they just went straight on down. And they said, we'll just represent this in the inside. But that explains all of this imagery that we see in Pictish artwork. All right, my name is Steve, and please subscribe, like, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Atlantis confirmed. Adelante.